Hey guys, welcome to your pick a pile reading. So today we're going to have 3 piles. We're going to look at, in fact, let's show you the stones first. So first of all, we're going to go with carnelian. Now carnelian is a stone that is very good for stability. It's very good for creativity. Second choice, pile number 2, we have the rose quartz. Beautiful little gem. Lovely, all about love and emotions, happy days. And we have purple agate. Ooh, slippery little sucker. The purple agate. So this is all, good for kind of emotional well-being, emotional balance. Now we're going to use 3 different decks. First up, we've got This Might Hurt by Isabella Rotman. This is one of my absolute go-to decks. I find it so emotive. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out on Instagram. It's called This Might Hurt. Second deck I'm going to be using is the Sasuraibito Tarot by Stasia Burrington, which is, I think the artist has an account on Instagram, but the actual tarot deck itself doesn't have an Instagram account. So it's Stasia Burrington. I'll put it all in the description box down below. And lastly, for the advice, not pulling any punches, we're going with Harley Spencer Tarot deck. Has an Instagram account, fantastic. There's also a sister deck to this one called the Badass Tarot deck, also on Instagram. Very worth a look. Don't ask the question if you don't want a bad answer. So let's go, pile number 1, carnelian. Let's have a look at where you are at right now. Yes. So first up, you've got the 2 of Swords in reverse. Now this is fantastic. This is about coming through an indecisive moment, coming through situations where you've not known which way to go. You have 2 parts. Do you take the red pill? Do you take the blue pill? Done. Absolutely done with all of that moment of not knowing what's coming, what's going, not knowing which path to take. You've also then got that followed by the 9 of Swords in reverse. Now that's fantastic, because for me, the 9 of Swords in the upright is like, it's that moment where, for me, I find if I'm anxious about something, it's not so much that I can't get to sleep, but it's that 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, bang, I'm awake. And I'll be awake for an hour, thinking about it, mulling over, ticking things over in my head. This is coming out of that. The reason I say it's coming out of that is essentially you've got the Chariot in the upright, which is fantastic. Because this is the moment of getting moving, of not dealing with stuff anymore. These decision times, they're done. And actually you're able to move forward. What I also love with this is she's got that kind of magician stance, like she's got the wand up, very as above, so below, getting very centered. You know what's coming in, you know what's coming out. You're moving through things, you're finding ways to progress out of this awful energy that I think you've been in, and that I really, really salute you. So let's have a look at what's going against you. Okay, so you've got 5 of Wands in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now these 2 cards in the upright for me are lovely, because in the upright it's all very much, fired up, keeping things moving, getting things going in your favour. In the reverse, on the one hand, it could be that actually you trying to move too quickly is putting a dampener on things, and it's putting a dampener on things. But what I'm getting more is it's not so much that things are not going your way, it's more that people are trying to chip in, and I don't think they're intentionally trying to hold you back. But I think where you're making progress, and when you change, when you evolve, when you progress, there will be people who will try and not stop you, because they don't. But when people are not ready to make that leveling up themselves, they will also not resent you necessarily, but they will be a little bit hesitant to let you go on that journey. And for me, it's a little bit like, I think, like how many times I think have we been there where someone is in a relationship that you don't think is great for them, or someone is taking a job that you don't think is going to be good for them, and you putting your 2 pennies worth in is trying to help. It's coming from a really, really nice place. But for me, with the pile 1s, I feel like you are ready to get moving, and other people are sort of trying to niggle you down a little bit. Now, the advice for you, hold to bars this work deck, is the 3 of Swords with the 10 of Cups. Now these are very contradictory cards. This 3 of Swords is all about sadness and loss and heartache. Like, it's literally got a hole in the heart. That is literally the vision on here. Is emptiness, is, it's like brave facing, trying to put on a brave face, but actually inside, hole. The advice here is that, the 10 of Cups, by the same credit, is the exact opposite of that. It's happiness, it's happy ever after, it's, it's abundance. It's like, look at all these happy families having a lovely time. Now, the advice I think for me is not that you, I want to say, it's not that you can't have both, but it's a case of accepting that both are part of life. And actually, the progress that you've made, like I say with this chariot, is fantastic. But part of that progress is accepting that these two go hand in hand. Some days you'll feel this, some days you'll feel that, and that's part of life. It's it's like hunger. Hunger is a feeling, it's an emotion, but it's not forever. Like, you're hungry sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're really full. Sometimes you have a great meal. Sometimes you have the 10 of cups, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you are hungry. Sometimes you need something else. But I think the advice here is just to accept that both of these things are part of life. And actually, I'm a huge fan of managing expectations. And I think knowing that you've got that coming in, coming out, that you've got both of those things going for you, I think it makes it very much easier to accept what's happening. Okay, hope that helps. Pile number 2, the rose quartz. Let's have a look at where you guys are at the moment. Okay. So you've got the first out of 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Now for me, the 6 of Pentacles in the upright is a lovely card. It's all about balance. It's all about sharing that wealth. Like Hello Dolly says it. Money should be like manure. It's not worth a thing unless it's spreading around, encouraging young things to grow. Something like that effect. Don't quote me on the actual lyric, quote, whatever it is. It's a great film. Check it out. It's in reverse. So for my pile 2s, I feel like the emotion that you're going through at the moment is that you don't have anything to share. The reason I say that is because it's backed up by the Queen of Cups, also in reverse. Now again, the Queen of Cups in the upright for me is lovely. She's all about the mothering. She's all about having that wonderful moment. The cup is full, the emotions are stable, the dish itself is stable. We've all seen Jurassic Park, mostly. Actually, I shouldn't say we've all seen it. I've seen it. Most people have seen it. That moment where the glass on the dashboard starts to judder, signalling that something terrible is coming in the way of a dinosaur. That's not happening in the upright. That water is still, it's calm, it's content. And this situation where you feel that you're not able to share anything, you're not, because actually it's coming from this moment of not feeling emotionally stable in yourself to be able to offer something to someone else. What are you doing about that though? I commend you for, in some respects, because you've got the Knight of Wands in the upright. So again, it's trying to get moving. But whereas the Chariot is a very definite moment of movement with, like I was saying, with that, the Magician stance, the Magician being in control of things. This Knight of Wands isn't, like, he's not quite in control. He's just going head first, straight in. And while there's a lot to be said for that, it's also kind of a hindrance, because if you don't have a clear path of where you're going, you just jump on your ride and go. Are you going in the right direction? Are you taking the time to, plan the journey? So I feel like that for pile 2s, that's where you are. What's going against you? Okay, you've got the Ace of Cups and the 4 of Swords in reverse. So 4 of Swords in reverse, again, echoing for me that it's the forward movement, it's the drive. It's not taking time out. Like, this is a very Zen card in the upright. Slightly boundaried with the swords behind him, but, he's meditating, he's chilled, he's taking time out to work out what is the best, hear the advice from all sides. It's not really happening. I feel like particularly with this Knight of Wands, the energy here is that you're very focused on trying to do something. See? Threw it out of my hand. Too busy, didn't focus, lost the card. Trying too hard to get this emotion going. Because that's the Ace of Cups. And I love the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a great card for the feels. But chasing it is not in your best interest. And, it's like people always say, when you stop chasing something, particularly like, this could be like a twin flame situation, where there's one of you is the chaser and one of you is the runner. And that's always going to happen. And while you're chasing it, you're not going to find it. You're not going to be able to feel you can share it. You're not going to feel confident in your own emotions with that Queen of Cups, because you have to turn that around. You have to get that, like maybe you need to, what's going against you is you're not meditating. You're not even meditating as in sitting down, listening to music like I've got on now, but just taking time to really focus inwardly on what it is that you want and what it is that you're prepared to do for it. Okay. And your advice, here we go again, Harley. Ace of Cups with the Fool. So, seems like a contradiction, because you've got the Ace of Cups here of what's going against you. But your advice is chase something new. Find something new that excites you. Because when like the Fool for me, and again, I love this. Look how happy that little kid is with his little dog, having a wonderful time, playing his instrument out front, getting his little banjo going. And that makes him happy. That gives him that Ace of Cups moment. The Ace of Cups here, what's going against you is you're not in tune with it. You're not in tune with what it is that you want out of your Ace of Cups. And the advice is, try something new. And, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's, if it's a relationship situation, maybe it's online dating, maybe it's not dating, maybe it's actually focusing on what makes you happy with you and friends in yourself rather than necessarily putting on someone else, because we can't expect someone else to make us happy. Again, manage your expectations. Happiness is an inside job, 100%. Okay, hope that helped. Moving on to pile 3, purple agate. So where are my purple agates at? Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got a 9 of Cups, which I love. Now the 9 of Cups is, it's like the wish card. It's doing everything you want for you. This 100% is for you. Like, this guy is having a lovely time. He's just zoned out. He's in his room. He's got his potter's wheel going. He's creating his pots. Like, he's got all of these other pots that he's made. He's taken time to focus on him. You've then got the world card. Now the world is fantastic because it is about the cycles. It is about things changing, about things not ending, keeping moving. My concern for pile 3s is in the centre you've got the 7 of Wands. Now that for me is a case of you have to choose your battles wisely, because you see she's got 1 arrow locked and loaded and she's got 6 different problems to face. You can only take them one at a time. For me, I think the situation that you're actually in at the moment is not knowing whether or not you need to do things for you with the 9 of Cups or whether you need to do things for other people with the world. And that's a statement for a lot of people that is quite troublesome. Because quite often, we need, it's almost like you get that that guilt. If you take time out from doing what you need to do, for example, it was my birthday last week. I had the day off. I haven't had the day off my birthday in years, but obviously lockdown, I was like, well, I can't go out and do anything. I can't run around. I can't work. So, do you know what? Just take the day off. Enjoy it. Do what makes you happy. But actually, as a result, I had to pay the piper a few days later when I realised that there were things I needed to do and things I had to get organised. I was like, no, I'm not dealing with it today. I'll deal with it tomorrow. The following day was a mess, by the by. But I feel for pile 3s, your situation that you need to focus on is, again, both of these are relevant. You have to take time out for yourself, but you also have to look after the bigger picture and what's going on around you. Okay, so that's what's kind of going for you, is that you're having a situation where you're trying to honour both things, and that it's not a bad thing in the long run. What's going against you is not. So you got Lovers in reverse with the 3 of Wands. Now this for me is a case of 3 of Wands. For me is kind of it's a working together situation. So it's a bit like the 3 of Pentacles, but with this deck, you've got the Wands come together to create something that. So for example, like you create this tripod over a fire to cook from it. It provides, coming together provides you opportunities for growth, for sure, because you've got those new leaves there, but it also gives you the opportunity to create something out of something different, for example, cooking. What I think the Lovers here in reverse is for what's going against you is I feel like this 7 of Wands is you tackling everything on your own, and you don't need to, because actually with the Lovers in reverse, what's going against you is you're not accepting help from people, because this for me is help. And I think where you're resisting it, and there might be people around you who are able to help you, whether they're willing or not, whether they're offering is another matter, but asking for help is also a great key to success. And this, as I say, is not knowing which danger to tackle first, not knowing which problem to tackle first. And you don't have to do that alone. That's what's going against you at the moment, I think, pile 3s, is that you're trying to do too much on your own. So your advice, literally can't even write it. Your advice is the 6 of Cups with the Magician. Accept help from others. 6 of Cups reunion, like, look at this. Beautiful little kids having a lovely time, saying hello to each other again, like wonderful reunion. The Magician, all about getting control over things, doing things. It's like he's got these open hands, creating something, offering. And I know, to clarify, the way I pick these cards is I give each deck a shuffle. I then take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, next deck shuffle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, next deck shuffle, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So again, this is how the cards have come out. What I'm enjoying about this is that these could not echo each other more. What's going against you at the moment is not accepting help from people, not working together. What the advice is, work together. Let other people help you create things. Let other people help you get things off the ground. You know, that could be to do with work. It could be a situation where, you know, you need someone to, yes, you could do it on your own. But if someone's there that can help you and get it done more quickly, free up your time to go on to other things, then that's got to be worth checking out too, right? Anyway, hope that helped. That was your pick a pile reading. I will be back very soon with another one. In the meantime, take care. Bye.